Hey guys, Jolly Joel here. Now, whenever, a person or company promises me something and also promises to do it well, I actually expect them to carry out that promise or carry out what they've said, and I expect them to do it exactly how they've told me to do, and also to deliver what it actually is, and not just barely do it. And that leads me today doing a video rant about the RPAA, the Record Producing Association of America, and not just America, obviously, Canada too. And I find this organization to be really poor at something they do, which is assessing CDs and music with a warning, a parental advisory guideline called the Parental Advisory Explicit Content sticker. Now, this sticker is given to online and also physical musical content that is obviously on a record label and contains what the RPAA believe is to be sexually explicit lyrics, or lyrics with profanity, sexually explicit lyrics, use of drugs or alcohol references or anything like that, and if they find this in the content, they will put a parental advisory sticker on it. But the thing is, they do a very poor job at doing this. They overrate, they underrate, they exaggerate, and I know that's a lot of rhyming, that I am going to get into that. Now, here with me, I have two CDs. The first one is Daft Punk Discovery, and I know due to the camera, it is all like backwards and stuff, and there's just no way I can change that. But yeah, that is Daft Punk's Discovery. That is from 2001. Okay, this CD contains no profanity at all, no sexually explicit lyrics. Contains lyrics about love. The track 9, Something About Us, and track 3, Digital Love. But there's no, but it's not, really like, all hyped up and, a get in the bed vibe. It's just more of a love vibe it's more of just of a love context of, wanting to be with someone and spending your time with them, alright? And so that does not have the parental advisory sticker. This, however, this contains the A word, the Black Eyed Peas, Energy Never Dies, 2009. Contains the A word, B word, D word, and S word. Okay? Now, I will admit that these words are actually mature shows that parents find not suitable for children. They're actually allowed to broadcast the A word, the B word, and the D word on national television. Okay? And actually sometimes the S word. However, these are still considered to be very bad words, and yet, with the very excessive use of these words, there is no mark, there is no sticker, there is on the back, on the front, there is no sticker at all. Like, I just don't get that. Like, where's the parental advisory sticker? Where's the guideline that they have set? It's absolutely terrible. It's not even there. So imagine they pick up this, right? The parent listens to it all the way through with their child because they're in the car, so they listen to the album all the way through. They think, oh, okay, well, if an album doesn't have the parental advisory sticker, this one was fine, so any other album is going to be, perfectly okay and suitable for you. And then, so they go and pick up this. They feel the need to not need to listen to it because they've listened to this one, which is all goody two-shoes, so they believe that this one right here is not going to be bad. Child listens to it, inherits all of its extremely bad, coarse, and sexually explicit language. It does not contain the F word, but it contains the S word, B word, A word, and D word, like I've said many, many times. Pretty vulgar words, and words that parents and guardians don't consider to be appropriate for small children. So, like, if they listen to this first, with this, they're gonna have to take time out of their way, even if they don't want to listen to this, because they don't know what to think, even if it was like vice versa, which is so stupid, because there is no way that a parent is gonna think this is as suitable as this. This is a 1 out of 10 for matureness. This 8 to 8.5, almost a 9. It is like I cannot believe how this did not get the parental advisory sticker. Another thing I hate is that they say parental advisory explicit content, but they don't actually tell you what that is. They don't say if it's swearing, if it's just sexually explicit content, if it is drugs, alcohol. They don't tell you. All they say is explicit content. And also, they don't tell you the tracks. Like on the back, would probably where they would put them. They don't tell you the tracks that contain these words, and they don't tell you what is in the lyrics, which is what really ticks me off. Because if you go and pick up an album, if you go and pick up an album, say it has all explicit tracks, however, there just happens to be one track that contains nothing explicit at all. If they actually said on the back, which they don't, if they actually said on the back, however, these are the tracks that contain content, then a parent looks at it and says, oh wait, this track isn't on that list. Okay, the better option would be to go on iTunes, obviously, and say, okay, well, I'll go on iTunes, I'll buy this track for you, and you can listen to this one, but I'm not going to buy any of the other tracks, because these people say that it contains, bad content, but they do not do that. So the parent just assumes that every track is bad, and I can tell you that it's not. Like singers like Drake, you listen to a song like, The Motto, pretty bad, pretty explicit. Then you listen to a song like Find Your Love, one of the most heartfelt songs ever wrote. No swear words, no anything. And Drake does have a soft spot, believe it or not. And so does, Lil Wayne. He wrote that song, what is it called? How to Love. So, I really hate that how they judge the content. They judge the content, as a whole rather than individually, which I think is really bad because, it makes parents think that the whole thing is bad, which it really isn't. And also another thing, the album, I don't have it here with me, I own it digitally, I do not have a physical copy. It's an album by Skrillex called Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites. It received the Parental Advisory label because one song had the F word in it. So you're telling me that, and that was released in 2010, Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites, Skrillex, don't have it here with me, I don't have this copy, only digitally on iTunes. You're telling me that you're gonna give that album, the Parental Advisory explicit content rating, when it has one F word. When you look at an album like this, Black Eyed Peas, S word, D word, A word, B word, so what, it's not the F word. This is multiple times, and it even has sexually explicit lyrics. And that's what I just hate, how they overrate stuff and underrate stuff, when really, stuff like that isn't as bad as something like this. And there's no way a parent is going to listen to this album, then listen to Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites, that specific track, and say that Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites is worse than this, because it's not, because this is excessive language. This is excessive, every single track. One track may be an exception, but this, every single dang track, and I've listened to all of the tracks, I got a feeling that's, the only track. That's literally, the only track. All the other tracks, contain some pretty bad and sexually explicit and vulgar language. Okay, songs about getting drunk and, stuff like that, and what are the RPAA doing? All they're doing is, sticking a parental advisory sticker on it, when really, how is this? How does this not get the sticker? How does this not get the sticker? And then Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites, which is one bad word, gets it. They completely do a really, really lousy job. There's just no verification of what the lyrics actually contain. There's no age limit for it. Movies and video games have 13, 18. All they put is a huge, lousy sticker on it, which doesn't even, you listen to Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites, then you go and listen to, Eminem, that's way worse than, if a parent goes and listens to an Eminem CD, they're going to think that the Scary Monsters and Sprites and Nice Sprites CD is the same thing, which is, garbage, because all it is one rating. There's no age, there's no, recommended age, there's no content, there's no anything, and I hate how they do that. All they do is just put a sticker on it, when sometimes it doesn't even deserve it, and just because it has one word. I really hate how this organization rates stuff. I'm not getting at the people in this organization. I think this organization I like that there is still a guideline there for really, because they know if an album is going to be really bad, like an Eminem album, like the Marshall Mathers LP, they know it's going to be really bad, and I do respect the fact that the guideline is there. There's just no verification of what it exactly is, because one parent or guardian or one person might be sensitive to sexually explicit lyrics, while another person might be, sensitive to language. So I feel like they should establish, something where, they can actually tell parents and people what is in the lyrics, like movies and video games and TV and stuff like that, rather than just sticking a rating on it with no verification whatsoever. So that's my rant. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch up with you soon, and yeah, I mean, I'll leave links to stuff in the below, that stuff in the description that I mentioned here. Comment, like, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, and I'll catch up to you guys a bit later. And I feel like something needs to be done about this. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and bye.